Okay, guys, so it's election year, and as a lot of you guys know, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, because I refuse to pigeonhole myself into either of these polarized, propagated political affiliations, right? But there's some stuff that Americans genuinely need to discuss. There's things that need to be brought to your guys' attention, and it's actually terrifying. It's 2024. It's almost June. It is the election year, and we're not hearing anything from our presidential candidates. Why? Don't worry. I'll tell you. I don't think we're hearing anything from Biden because I don't think he has the ability to articulate simple sentences anymore. But why are we not hearing anything from Trump? Well, allow me to tell you. The media and a lot of people, political commentators and whatnot, are refusing to cover him for one of two reasons. Reason number one is his rhetoric is fascist. It's absurdly wild, some of the things that he's saying on his campaign that you can pull up and see him say on video. And we're going to touch on that in a second. And the other reason is people are actually terrified to outwardly oppose him because of the things that he's saying on his campaign trail. Now, what could Trump be saying that's so absolutely terrifying? Well, for starters, Trump is talking about suspending the entire Constitution. The entire Constitution. His specific agenda for suspending the Constitution is so that he can run for a third term and a fourth and a fifth. And he has openly admitted this on record, on video. You can find videos of him saying that he intends to do this. But when he suspends the Constitution, have you ever known the American government or politicians to be like, you know what? We've done enough wrong to the American citizens. Let's just stop there. Social Security was supposed to be a 2% tax. It's at 12.5 at present. When has our government ever said, that's enough? We can stop taking advantage of them now. What do you think it means to suspend the entire Constitution so that he can remain in office for as long as he'd like? A Constitution that has been in place for 248 years and never before has been suspended. He wants to suspend it so he cannot be removed as the President of the United States. If that's not bad enough, right? The threat that all of our constitutional rights are indefinitely suspended while he just remains in office, again, indefinitely. He has also openly admitted on record, on camera, where you can pull up videos of him saying this, that he intends on weaponizing the military against any American citizen who outwardly opposes him. And we've already seen him do this to the peaceful protesters outside of the White House when he let loose the National Guard on them. So we know he's done it before. He's admitted that he plans on doing it again. This is part of his intention when he becomes president, that if you outwardly oppose his political agenda, he is going to weaponize the American military against American citizens. He specifically refers to Democrats as vermin. This is what Hitler used to refer to Jewish people as during the Holocaust. So he intends on weaponizing the American military against Democrats who didn't vote for him. Anybody who doesn't align with him politically in government, he's already openly admitted he plans on replacing with Trump loyalists. If that's not bad enough, what he's trying to do to American citizens, he has again openly admitted on record, on video, where you can pull it up and you can hear it straight from the horse's mouth, that he intends on suspending all student visas for any Muslim students. That he wants to do a mass deportation of all illegal immigrants because, I quote, a direct quote, they are poisoning the American bloodline. That is eugenics. That is ethnic cleansing. That is downright racism. And just to be clear here, he wants to suspend Muslim student visas because right now they are actively protesting us sending our Social Security funds to Israel. And if that doesn't have you convinced that he's a fascist or even like an extreme radical, Project 2025 actually wants to put into legislation laws associated with female decency, how we present, how we speak, how we're allowed to dress. They want to make recreational sex illegal. This is what this conservative think tank that's backing Trump has in store for us at present. Yeah. Guys, if you've been following me, you know that I regularly talk about issues that are greatly affecting Americans, and not a single candidate on the ballot currently is. We don't hear Donald Trump or Joe Biden talking about inflation, the economy, the overinflated housing market, and the monopoly the hedge funds have on it. They're not talking about livable wages, free healthcare. They're not talking about dismantling big pharma. They're not talking about making the FDA or the CDC actually do their job. They're not going to make it illegal that they feed us poisonous foods. We currently have an epidemic of obesity, diabetes, and cancer in America like we've never seen before. Life expectancy is actually decreasing because of the food and medicine that they're feeding us, and nobody's talking about this. What Donald Trump is talking about, though, is pushing the retirement age back to 71 so he can continue to send Israel our Social Security. What he is talking about is suspending the Constitution as a whole. What he is talking about is weaponizing the military against anybody who outwardly opposes his political agenda. How far do you think they're going to go in taking away our freedoms? I'm sick of having to vote for the lesser of two evils, because when you vote for the lesser of two evils, at the end of the day, evil still wins. But make no mistake about it, you are not picking the next president in this election. You are not voting into power the next leader of the free world. You are picking your opponent. You're choosing your opposition. You are choosing who you are going to go to war against, to fight for your freedoms, to fight for your constitutional rights and your finances, to fight for an actual American life. That is what you are voting for. And I don't know about you guys, right? But the fact that Donald Trump is using the same fascist propaganda that Hitler did during the Holocaust makes me think I got a better chance taking on Sleepy Joe as an opponent than a radical extremist fascist who has an army of racist loyalists behind him that will do his bidding at his very beck and call. Guys, it is really that serious. We are on the precipice of losing every freedom we hold dear to us, everything that makes us American. So really pay attention to who you're voting for, because like I said, you're not picking the president. You're picking your opposition. It's here. It's now.